good evening, or afternoon, or morning, wherever you're watching from. This is more than likely my last broadcast until the draft next year. So this is going to be my postseason awards ceremony. All the awards were made by me, and I gave them to everyone. So this wasn't like a vote or anything. I just made up a couple awards and gave them to people who I thought deserved them. If you don't see your name on these awards, you don't deserve anything. So let's get into it. Okay, first award of the year, obviously manager of the year, coach of the year, player of the year, whatever you want to call it. I was going to give it to someone else, but you just can't deny Briggs. He had by far the best draft, and he ended up making by far the best trades, and he ended up absolutely dominating the league. This was by far the easiest award that I had to give out. Manager of the year, Briggs, and honestly, the best managerial job we've had so far in our league in our 3 seasons. So congrats, Briggs. I hate it, but congrats. Okay, another pretty self-explanatory one. Worst manager of the year goes to Hayden. He was obviously my first choice because he lost. It's pretty simple. But then yesterday when I went back and looked at the draft and just overall team management was deplorable and absolutely god-awful. So Hayden goes to as my worst manager of the year. Very deserved. The poor guy has drafted 1-1 in every single one of our drafts and just can't get it right. Sorry, Hayden. So yeah, here, our first split award, most improved, goes to Ishan and Pushan. I couldn't really decide because Pushan knows nothing about American football, and Ish is just notorious for being horrible. Ish came in last first year. I think he tied with me for second to last year. This year he got into the playoffs. Didn't win a playoff game, but he's in the playoffs. I think he went 8-6. I think before that he had won like 5 or 6 combined games in the first 2 seasons. So big improvement for Ish. He finally set his lineups. He finally did. He was active. That's all you need. And Pushan went from 2 years ago drafting Kyler Murray like in the first round, and then immediately in the second round taking Mahomes, to easily making the playoffs, being the 1 seed in the division. It was an impressive showing by Pushan. I know he drafted his team based off TikToks, but he still did a great job managing them. And one of the picks of the draft, taking Kieran Williams. Congrats, Pushan and Ish. Great season from you guys. Hopefully you keep it up because you two being good is very entertaining. All right, my next award is the fall-off player of the year, the bust of the year, whatever you want to call them. I just made up these names out of nowhere. Brett last season showed up first year in the league. I think he went like 8-6 in the regular season, maybe 9-5, and then just absolutely rolled over everyone in the playoffs, similar to Briggs this year. So, you come into this year expecting him to do good. Decent draft, and it just never clicked for him. Big fall off this year. Missed the playoffs. Good enough manager to where he was close, but just was scrambling at the end. Had to make trades and have to try and win out. Tough season. Maybe he'll bounce back next year. Tough. All right. My next award is the wasted potential / probably needs to dial in award. Goes to Adam Sutton. Sutton, I know you're an extremely busy blue-collar man, building up the infrastructure of our nation's capital, and I respect that. But you made 3 moves all season on the waiver wire, and that includes waiver wire and trades. I don't even know how that's possible. Like, did you just play like your kicker on bot? And I don't know how. I think the league leader was Cal. He made 49 moves. Briggs made 40. Clay made 40. A bunch of people were in the 30s. I think there was like one other person in single digits, but 3 is so bad. Sutton didn't do a damn thing this whole season and still was 7-7 and almost in the playoffs if he had one more tiebreaker. That's called wasted potential. He went 7-7 doing basically nothing. A couple trades and a couple waiver wire acquisitions. Adam Sutton might be on the podium right now. So let's dial in next season, Adam. Good season, though. 7-7 is nothing to scoff for only making 3 moves. I'm impressed. This is pretty self-explanatory. Boomer of the year / too old to play ? Goes to Scott. In Scott's first 2 seasons in the league, or has he been in all 3? If he has been, then he was asked the first season too. He was our loser last season, and he was almost our loser again this season. People are starting to whisper. There's murmurs out there that he might just be too old, past his prime. Father Time catches up to everyone, and it might have caught up to this big motherfucker right here. Scott, it might be time to contemplate retirement. Gonna have to talk to your agent. I don't know. All right, our second split award is the surprise team of the year. You know, some people might be saying Ford, isn't this just the same thing as the most improved? No, it's not. This is the most surprising. Ish, most improved, impressive, but not that surprising. The man follows it, he does it. But Pushan and Cal, these two know absolutely nothing about football. Cal called kicking a field goal, hitting a 3. And then came out and was damn close to winning this league. First place overall in the regular season, and Pushan has been mediocre at best for the other seasons. So yes, surprise teams of the year, impressive by these two. And this is another award where if you had told me to guess what Maish's record was going to be going into this year, I would have guessed 7-7. And he was 7-7. And I think in our 3 years, he's gone 8-6, 7-7, and 7-7. Maish is just that. He's just old steady, old reliable. He made sense this year. He wasn't too great, wasn't too bad. Went on a great run in the season. You know, maybe if Travis Kelce's decent, he wins 8 or 9 games. But the makes sense team of the year. Maish is never going to be bad at this. He knows ball too well. He's never going to be that great. I don't know. He just hasn't done it yet. It makes sense to me. 7-7 makes sense. Maish, another fine season. Next year, playoffs. Let's do it. Okay, unfortunately, and after 18 weeks of crying and bitching about Rob, he's officially earned my respect. He took a dog shit team, and with his black magic and CeeDee Lamb, took them all the way to the championship game. I respect it. The team was all over the place, but good job, Rob. You took CeeDee Lamb, and your second best player was David Montgomery, and he was an RB2. Brian Robinson, Gabe Davis. You had 1 game of Amari Cooper. I don't even know how it happened, but I respect the hell out of it. You have won a ring in this league, and that deserves respect. I respect you. Good job, Rob. Good season. And finally, Commissioner of the Year goes to Pushan. I was going to give it to myself, seeing that I am the only commissioner, but I decided to give it to Pushan for those 12 to 24-ish hours where everyone made me so annoyed that I was ready to quit the league during the trade deadline. I think Pushan hypothetically did a great job there, so he's going to get my Commissioner of the Year award. Well done, Pushan. Well done. And yeah, there's our season. Another beautiful season for the league. Our third new winner. Haven't had any repeats yet. I'm excited for next year. Hopefully make a couple changes to the league, spruce up a few things, get everyone a little more involved. It's kind of there's always one team that gets unlucky, but otherwise the bottom is just the people that don't keep up with it enough. So hopefully get people more engaged. And I'm excited for normal playoff football this weekend. So let's get after it. I will see everyone in the off season. And also, please go follow Hayden on his TikTok account. I will tag him. He's doing his punishment on TikTok, so that's fun. Go, go, go.